Since LGBTQ Pride Month is just around the corner, it's time for Christians to prepare ourselves for the inevitable onslaught of gay propaganda. Let me tell you 3 things you need to know that can help you survive the rainbow apocalypse that's headed our way. Number 1, this is a religion. In the 1960s, America went through a sexual revolution. In our day, we've got ourselves a sexual religion. But all of this has happened before. There's nothing new under the sun. The pagan gods of the ancient world were all perverts. Just think of a deified Sam Smith and you get the idea. The Bible talks about all kinds of extreme sexual immorality people committed as part of their pagan religious practices. People are doing the same things in our day, so we need to know what we're dealing with. LGBTQ activism is a religious cult driven by demons. Now maybe you think, oh, that's crazy to say. Well, if you think that, you're not paying attention to the overtly religious and even blasphemous imagery that is being deployed. So don't believe the propaganda that this is just all about love. It's not. This movement is animated by the same demonic powers that drove the ancient Canaanites to practice the same things. Number 2, children are the targets. LGBTQ activists know that the permanent normalization of sexual sin is through recruiting children to be their allies, activists, and even participants in their cult. And the key to winning the children is to convince their mothers to go along through empathetic appeals to compassion, tolerance, and acceptance. That's why you see so much of this in elementary schools, drag queen story hours in public libraries. You see it on Disney+, YouTube Kids channels, and so on. You should pay attention to the children's departments at clothing stores. Last year, Target had a line of transgender swimwear for young children. Number 3, the strategy is to overwhelm and demoralize you until you think you're the one who's crazy. A lot of Pride Month is people just jumping off the bandwagon with the latest social fashion. They're not ideologues, they're just following the herd off the cliff with the rest of the lemmings. But there are activists behind the scenes coordinating a deliberate strategy to shape public opinion. Back in the Gulf War, the American military deployed a shock and awe strategy to overwhelm their opponent with non-stop, demoralizing campaigns of bombings and attacks that would cause them to quickly surrender. The gay activists are doing the same thing. Pride is a month-long, coordinated shock and awe strategy to assault our senses with an endless barrage of rainbows. Over the next month, we're going to be subjected to gross spectacles of public indecency as pride parades march down Main Street, businesses change their social profiles, family-friendly drag shows at the local library, department stores decorated in rainbows, and you might even see a Ford F-150 dressing up in drag. Now, people have always done stupid things they regret to be cool, but the dumb decisions you make to honor the pagan gods of sexual high fashion of today will rope you into a powerful cult that can permanently enslave you. That's the strategy. It creates the illusion that you're the only sane human in America who hasn't bowed the knee to Baal. But don't fall for it. God had 7,000 faithful believers in Elijah's day, and there's a lot more than that in our day. What we need to do is completely reject the sexual religion. We can't let the shock and awe strategy bully us into thinking we're the minority, because we're not. They're the minority. It just so happens that they are the ones with the biggest microphone, exerting an outsized influence on everyone else. So don't be discouraged or dismayed. The sexual religion is a pagan cult, but Jesus defeated it at the cross. And so we can look forward to the end of Pride Month, when all the drama dies down and things will go back to normal. And then we can start thinking about the presidential election.